Sinha. 2023 has been a fascinating year, and today I have three members from the Economics Club to delve into the intricacies of economics with us. I have Anusheel Mishra, Shivansh Arora, and Anurag Asthana with me. Let's start with the topics and delve into the world of economics. So, Anusheel, the global economy is facing uncertainties. How do you see the economic growth played out in 2023, and what are the potential impacts on the environment?
So basically, talking about specifically in 2023, we were in a very tightrope situation because we faced inflation, we faced recession, even many countries were involved in wars. Also, there was a fear of pandemic from 2020 as COVID-19 has came. So definitely a lot of factors were playing that were impacting our economy in a negative way. But at the same time, what this negativity comes with is when people are, when there is certain extreme situations, so that leads to innovation kind of thing. So what people and what countries have done is they have put a lot of effort in finding green, technologies, and they have proceeded towards innovation. So that is one good thing that has happened. But if I talk about in an overall sense for a global perspective, according to International Monetary Fund, the growth was reduced from 3.1% to 2.9%. So basically, it was not a very good thing. But yeah, looking at different scenarios and different factors that came to play and affected it negatively, we are still in a very good situation. So I think that should be my take on that.
Okay, so I would like to ask the next question to Anurag. So, how does the current economic situation translate into the environmental challenges?
Okay, so as my friend Anusheel explained that in 2023 the economic growth was slowed down due to many reasons like geopolitical tensions, like war going on between Russia and Ukraine, and also Israel and Hamas, etc. So that were some points where economic growth was slowed down, and also the after effects of pandemic as well. So that helped a positive way to environment, but a negative way to economic growth. But still, environmental change is at alarming stages, and we need certain rigid actions to improve the economic environmental changes, like introduction of green technology and zero emissions. And many big giants companies also going to achieve net zero emissions of carbon, and also they have set a goal by 2030, like the largest company in the terms of revenue, Apple. So Apple is trying to achieve net zero carbon emission by 2030. So yeah, steps are being taken in helping to the environmental growth, but still we are at alarming position, and we need more steps to improve our environmental sustainability goals.
I completely agree with you, Anurag, because like companies, the governments, and countries, all these, they are realizing that okay, profit is a very important aspect of doing a business and running a country. But at the same time, now people are focusing towards climate change and earning profit in such a way where the planet is conserved, the planet is not getting harmed. So like you talked about Apple, there are many other companies also which are trying to, which I also said that they are trying to innovate their stuff and try to redo the stuff that they used to with renewable energies and all. And that's why I remember one point in G20, like all the leaders, they collectively made a decision that by 2030 we will be increasing the use of renewable energy by 4 times. So government is changing, and after few years maybe we can see a world where everything will be at the same pace, the production and all, but the carbon emission and the environment will not get affected negatively.
Yes, I completely agree. Government is also, even in India, government is also taking steps to reduce carbon emissions, and by many ways like subsidizing EVs and the concepts of less carbon emissions, like introduction of BS5, then BS6, etc.
This government is also not looking at the perspective from the environment. They are also looking at the businesses also. to increase their profits. So what they are now trying to do is that they are trying to set up the infrastructure for green environment so that business can leverage that structure and increase their value chain, so that the value chain will be improved and the efficiency will be achieved by efficient utilization of resources, and business will be able to leverage that for increasing their profits.
Very good pointers, team. So I would like to ask you, Shivansh, how can businesses, help in reconciling the economy as well as the environment together?
Yes, I would like to say that it's not a zero sum game. Business needs to adopt with the green environment and take initiative for securing the environment and take leverage from that. So what they need to do is that they need to start implementing green technology and also start investing in green infrastructure, as well as they need to look at the perspective. It's not that growth versus environment. It is absolutely that it is economic growth with environment growth.
I would like to ask all of you here that how can we delve deeper into specific solutions? Like, what are the economic policies that could promote both growth as well as environmental concerns?
So one point that comes to my mind is implementing carbon emission tax. So many continents, like many countries, are doing it, and Europe is one of them. So Europe, I think in 2005 they implemented ETS, which is emission trading system. So what they do is there is a cap. If a company is releasing certain amount of carbon, they have to pay tax on that. So they are charging companies if they are producing carbon and all. And recently in 2023 they have come up with ETS 2, that is emission trading system 2, in which they have included smaller industries as well. So like governments are coming up with these schemes, and it will definitely help in.
Also, adding one more point, like I have read about, if I talking about specifically India, then the still major occupation of India is agriculture. So in agriculture field, I have recently gone through two inventions, or I can say two innovations. So one was that a company invented a machine which costs around 50 to 60,000 rupees, and it is handy. It is pocket size machine. It can check the fertility of soil in 5 to 7 minutes. So we can use it for better sustainable works. Like we definitely know that all of the farmers are using fertilizers excessively, and that's decreasing the fertility of soil. And by 2030 or 2040, the condition is going to be even worse. And food is, you know how important it is in the terms of economics. Like our whole country runs on foods. So if soil quality gets degrades, then that's really an alarming situation. So we can use that technology, and government should subsidize it and make farmers more realization about the factors which could implement in using the excessive use of fertilizers. And second is uses of water, like they are excessively using fresh water, and we know that how much important to conserve the fresh water, because we have not that much amount of left, because water is everywhere, but fresh water which we can use for irrigation and drinking, that is less. So conservation of that is also very important. So in that way also government is doing work. So that are two important aspects that for specifically India that we should work on.
Yes, what government can do is that they can provide incentives to business to adopt these technologies, like what they did with production linked incentives. The production of companies increased because they got incentives. So what they can do is that if company adopts green technology and produces goods through that, then government should give some incentives to them. So in the incentive could be in terms of tax benefits or some subsidy. So that's how the structure would be made, and economic policies can be drafted in towards that. And what government can also do is that they can create demand for these EVs, so that demand will be created. Businesses will be in competition to cater that demand, and they will drive innovation for that.
Just to add one last point is that the major thing that will that will be a game changer is utilizing the technology in each and every sector. So and for that there is a lot of collaboration that will take place, collaboration between countries. So if US has some technology, India is having a different technology, they can come together and they can solve each other's problem. And technology is one thing which can redesign the same thing which we are doing in a wrong way or in a less efficient manner. And with less efficient, I would say that it is also impacting our planet also, right? So technology is one very major important topic or area where countries have to improve, and they will accordingly plan the economic development from there onwards. So
A lot of our discussions right now was around the present and the past. Now let's delve into the future. I would like to ask my panelists what are their predictions of the future? What are their predictions for 2024?
As we can see current trend in 2023, so global recession is going on in this year, and the GDP growth which was around 3.4% in 2022 was gone down by few percent to 2.8% in 2023. So experts are anticipating that it will grow up again to 3% in 2024. So one thing that we can see affected the market due to global recession is that companies were not hiring employees as much as they were expected to hire in 2023, and lots of big tech giants and IT solution companies and consulting firms were hiring at a very less rate in 2023. So experts have anticipated that in 2023, by 3 to 4 months, progressively to March or April, the hiring would increase by 30 to 40% in 2024. So that is a one positive step I can anticipate for 2024.
Yes, adding point to the growth, we can see that the stock market is going to be one of the crucial pillar in driving this growth, because we can see in India, FII have bought about more than 28,000 crores of shares in India market, which is highest from Feb 2021 till now, which shows that investors are showing their interest in Indian economy, which is going to be main driving factor for the economic growth of India, which is going to generate enormous wealth for investors as well as for foreign investors.
talking about the sectors, I believe a lot of focus would be on the artificial intelligence. Generative AI will be developed, and as recently Google has launched their new AI Gemini. So similar innovations and similar companies will come up, and they will be introducing uh, their own generative AI, or maybe AI will be very much integrated in everything. Also, one important aspect which I think will be there in 2024 is digitalization in finance department will grow. I think cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies will be implemented. More countries will be accepting these things. To just to increase the efficiency basically of the process. So I think this is also one important point that we will be seeing in 2024.
So the future looks really promising. I hope we have a wonderful year coming in 2024. I would like to thank our panelists for such an insightful discussion on this topic. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hope to see you again.